This is an old school BMX bike. This right here is an old school BMX rider. This is actually Fish, who we have been hanging out with here at the skate park. He's been showing us amazing tricks on this bike, and we've been having so much fun just learning about him and also the BMX history that he knows. And there's a whole lot of it. And once again, let's tell everybody when you got into BMX.
So I got into BMX Flatland about 1986.
Wow, 1986. And being into BMX for that long, has it been like weird seeing it change as much as it has?
Yes and no. I'd say it's weird if I think back to how things used to be. God, that always makes me feel and sound so old. But when I say things like, back in my day, we didn't have social media, all that kind of stuff. But because I experienced pretty much every stage as it went from its roots, almost its very beginning. I didn't start right at the beginning, but pretty close to the beginning. And as I've seen it progress, I've been kind of there with it, not necessarily with my finger on the pulse of everything that's going on, but I've tried to keep up a bit with what's going on and watching the competitions and seeing the change in riding styles. And it's been really cool to watch it all unfold. But it seems kind of like living with somebody, and they're growing, and you don't really notice how they're growing, how they're getting taller, because you live with them, you see them every day.
Yeah, so you've been around it consistently. So that's really cool though, and a lot of people aren't able to say that, so good on you for loving BMX as much as you have. So today's video challenge is going to be really cool. I actually challenged Fish to come up with his top 10 favorite BMX tricks that he's done, and we're going to do it today on this bike. Do you have your list all figured out?
Yeah, pretty much got a list figured out. Gonna try some stuff. Some of the things that I'm gonna do, we're gonna see what happens. I haven't pulled some of these tricks for a number of years.
Oh, wow.
But they're ones that I really like, and when I hit them, they feel excellent.
That's so cool.
Riding away is just like, yeah.
All right.
That stoke.
I love it. That gets me super excited for this video. We're actually going to start things off by doing a quick bike check on Fish's bike right here. So Fish, why don't you tell us a little bit about this bike? We'll start with the frame.
So the frame came out 2016, and it is a newer version of the original Haro Freestyler frame. This is the Haro Flatland Master 2016 version.
That's awesome. And now this is probably a lot different than modern BMX. It's got a short top tube, I can clearly see.
Yeah, 19.5 inch top tube.
Wow.
74.5 degree head tube angle. The chain stays are like, depending on where your wheel's at in the dropout, it's like 13.125 to 14 inches, so it's pretty short.
But it is such a cool looking frame. I absolutely love it, especially how it has the split top tube right there. Very cool.
I love the old school aspect of it. When I saw it was coming out, I really wanted it to it's what I grew up with. It's what I started on, was frames with a standing platform and chrome. Chrome was a huge deal when I first started.
The chrome looks super good. So let's talk about these handlebars. What are these?
So these handlebars are the Haro Lineage knee savers. They're, again, a remake of the vintage Haro knee saver bars that came out in the 80s. And I got these, I want to say, in 2018.
They look really cool.
And I want to say they're at 8.5 inch rise.
That's awesome. Now, working our way down, what kind of forks you got?
We got the Odyssey flatware fork.
So these have a pretty aggressive, non-aggressive offset, right?
It's listed as minimal offset, so I'm not sure if it's like 4 millimeter or 7 millimeter.
Something
but
small.
it's short. It's a short offset.
Yeah, you can see they're pretty steep right there. And these wheels, what do you got here? What are you running?
These are a Primo 36-hole wheel set with a Primo Freemix free coaster on the back. I think they're the balance wheels.
Do you ride a decent amount of slack?
So there's a lot of slack.
There's a decent amount of slack there.
It's not from what I've read online, they're not really, the Freemix isn't really adjustable, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of afraid to tinker with it and try to dig in there and take out some of the slack, so I just deal with it. Okay, so let's talk about the drivetrain here. These cranks, they're Lineage cranks as well, aren't they? Haro Lineage cranks, 165 millimeter. What I love about these cranks, and for those of you in the know, I got these direct from Brett Downs, who is legendary plywood hood Brett Downs. So we were messaging back and forth, talking a bit about this frame, and I was talking about how I needed some good cranks for it, and he said, hey, I've got a pair. I'll hook you up. So he gave me a good deal on them, and got the Haro lineage cranks to go with the Haro frame.
That's super
cool. I'm really stoked on them. They're great.
One thing I noticed, you have a really small sprocket on your bike. So,
yeah, 23 tooth.
And you have 23 in the front and a 9 in the back?
And 9 in the back.
Okay, so yeah, that thing's pedaling pretty quick right there.
Pretty easy, yeah. Makes it a lot easier to ride out of tricks.
So is there anything else about this bike that would stand out, would you say? Looks like that you have...
The pegs are a little different. I've had these pegs now for over 10 years. They're a plastic knurled peg that...
oh, they're plastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
When I worked at Seattle Bike Supply, plastic pegs weren't big yet, and a supplier sent these in as prototypes. And one of our buyers asked if I'd try them out.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that they were plastic.
And so I've had them ever since.
And they grip pretty well?
Good. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, you can see they're on this side, they're getting a little worn down because every once in a while I try to grind.
Yeah, every once in a while.
I try to get street, but just once in a while.
And these tires are very, very thin compared to modern day BMX.
Yes, yes.
You know what size these things are?
These are 20 by 175. Classic BMX size. I mean, back in the day, pretty much everyone rode 1.75 tires. These are the Odyssey Frequency G that are kind of modeled after the old RL Edge tire from ACS that was out way back in the 80s.
Wow. Well, this is a really cool bike, and I'm excited to see some awesome old school tricks. So what's going to be our first one today?
All right. I think first thing we'll start off with is, I kind of lumped the Mega Spin, the Lung Spin, Time Machine kind of all together into just, fast back wheel spin.
Awesome.
So we'll try some of that.
Cool, let's do it.
What people in the comments were saying, this is more of a lung spin than a time machine, which I think they're right.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that trick. Okay, so now we're moving on to the Mega Spin. Oh, that's super cool. All right, what's our next one going to be?
Right, so the next one's going to be a double fire hydrant. Although, again, there's almost a caveat to every trick name or what it is and how it's evolved. The fire hydrant was initially a complete trick that ended in a cherry picker. It was like a way to ride into a cherry picker where you'd start with a quick fork wheelie, whip the back end around in a tail whip, and then launch straight into a cherry picker. And now just like the first part of that, where you whip around the front of the bike and then swing the back end around and catch it, is a fire hydrant. And if you let the frame come around a second time in an extra tail whip, it's a double fire hydrant.
Okay.
So
let's
we're going to see if we can manage it.
I'm excited about this. Let's do it.
Double fire.
That was really cool. So what was that, technically?
That turned into a fire hydrant to an infinity roll.
Oh, okay.
It's a little X up out.
That was pretty cool. All right, let's get double fire hydrant.
Okay.
Yo, congrats on that one. That one looked really good.
All right, thank you, thank you. It turned out all right.
Yeah, it did. So I'm excited about the next trick. What's it going to be?
I think we'll go with an elbow glide.
Oh, sweet.
So there's a lot of variations on the elbow glide. I think I'll just go with like a left arm. That's what I'm most comfortable with.
Okay, I'm sure somebody out there is going to understand.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right.
Oh, how sick is that?
Do not try that.
Oh, that was so good, Fish. I think that's one of my favorites right there. What's our next trick, Fish?
All right, we're going to go to the old school funky chicken.
I love that trick. Let's do it.
All right, let's get it.
Heck yeah. So cool. Nice work, Fish. What's our next trick, Fish?
Okay, next, I think...
Decisions.
You got like a paragraph or something?
I think maybe hang five.
It's a great one.
Hang five with variations.
Oh, with variations. All right, well, I'm going to get a good spot, and I'm excited to see
roll this
these
way,
variations.
So not against the wind.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that.
And we'll see what kind of...
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we might need a couple different runs.
You know what would be cool? Maybe Brandon, would you like to do a rolling shot maybe?
Oh, yeah, I got
do you feel confident you could do that? I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Oh, let's say rolling. I thought you were gonna make me a trick. I'm like,
No, just rolling. just rolling. Should be okay. Woo.
Oh!
that was awesome.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know the official name for it. It's just kind of a no-handed hang five drag scuff.
I've never even seen that before. That was ridiculous.
Let's do another one where I kind of come toward the camera now, like
perfect.
Like
I'm
right
down with
by
that.
you.
I dude, any bonus footage, fine with me. Oh, that's so cool. That's my new favorite trick that you do.
See, that's why I really want to do hang five with variations.
Appreciate that one. That was epic.
Let's get the Nuri handstand.
We're doing it?
We're gonna do the Nuri handstand.
Oh, awesome. This is gonna be great. Where do you want to do the Nuri handstand?
Right here in the side.
Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool. I know it is, Brandon. Yep, that's a B, right, Brandon?
No, I have enough seat posts. I can do that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna try a dump truck.
Dump truck time.
Dump truck. Yes, this is one that I definitely is very hit and miss, and honestly, it's mostly miss. So we'll see what we can get.
Well, I'm gonna edit only the good stuff, so it'll be fine.
I went down.
Oh, check that out. Oh man, that's so cool. Grabbing the pedal, adjusting it. Fish, are you kidding me? That was good. You said if you dabbed on the way out, you'd be happy, and then you just go and you pull it perfect like that.
That's the best one I've pulled in a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy with that.
You should be. It was perfect.
Man, that felt good, like in and out.
Yeah.
That just. I'm done. No, we got some more to go.
Listen, if we wanted to end on that one, I would be amped up. That was super cool, and I'm glad I was able to film it for you.
Yeah, no, me too. Just
Whoa, that's a cool one.
That is.
I think
That's really
I have to check that one off the list. That was one of the coolest things I've seen at a skate park from a random little dude in a while.
So I think we're gonna go with a hitchhiker. I wasn't sure if this really counts as old school, but I mean, this is pre-1990. It's pretty old.
Okay.
So I think it kind of qualifies as old school, even though it's ushering in. I mean, it was part of the rolling trick thing, but I mean, hang fives, they're pretty old school. Steamrollers are pretty old school. This just builds off of those rolling tricks.
Hey, dude, I don't think anybody's gonna complain. Let's just do it.
And you know, of course, shout out to Kevin Jones, just who came up with so many of these tricks. And I know there's some tricks that were like Aaron Dole, you know, cross coast mind meld, coming up with very similar tricks at the same time. I just gotta thought Kevin just pushed it so far, and Lung Mustard, Mark Eaton, putting out the videos and the whole story behind the plywood hoods and the Dorkin and York videos. That's legend, and huge props to the whole Dorkin crew, the plywood hoods. I would watch Dorkin and York 1, 2, and 3 every day before I went to go out and ride.
It looks like you did.
Such a huge inspiration.
So cool.
You know, shout out to those guys. Thanks a lot.
That's really awesome you said that. Here we go. I love this trick. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that was awesome.
Honorable mention, G-turn, see if I can get a decent one. It's one of my favorite tricks. I'm not great at them. Jason Steen, shout out. His G-turns are best I've ever seen.
All right.
And so hope to do him proud.
Cool, let's do it. That one was pretty good.
That one was pretty good. Last trick, 2 for 1, kind of 3 for 1, is rubber rides. Forward, backward grip ride. And so since I go into the forward one from a surfer, that's where the bonus surfer comes in.
Okay.
But so I'm gonna try surfer to grip ride and then backwards grip ride.
Awesome, let's do it. Shout out to Will for the follow cam on this one. Starting out in the surfer. And this one's gonna get good. Oh, rubber ride! I can't believe it.
Dude, Mike Hucker would be stoked.
This is so crazy. Dude, that's gotta be like a record. Wow, heck yeah, Fish. Was that the longest one you've done in a while?
I probably haven't pulled that for 4 years.
I love
I'm
that.
so stoked.
I love that we did this video, and here you are bringing your best. That's so cool.
I'm so happy.
Awesome.
Now, if I can get the backward one.
Oh, are we going to do the backwards one?
We're going to go for the backwards.
Okay, let's do it. We got that momentum to carry off of. How do you get into this one?
So this one is it's just riding backwards, like turn around, ride facing backwards, and then one foot goes up, holding on to the seat, other foot goes up to the grip, and then you just position yourself. And you stand up.
Wow.
and you know, in the immortal words of Brett Downs, hope nothing goes wrong.
Perfect. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Can he get this one? I can't believe this is actually a trick he's doing right now. Feet on the grips. Trying to get that balance. He's got it. He's looking pro. Oh, that was super long though.
I got close.
You stopped doing that, Will. So that was pretty impressive, man. I mean, a backwards rubber ride. Have you done one of those in like the last few years?
It's been, I've been able to roll a couple in the last year or so. I haven't pulled one though, probably since maybe 2018, 2019. So getting a good roll on one, I'm really stoked with that.
Dude, that was epic, man. You went way further than I thought was even possible. So once again, Fish, thank you so much for doing this video. And thank you for bringing your A game today, because what you did was super impressive, man. And I know everybody around the world that follows old school BMX, them seeing this bike here on this channel and all these tricks, they are so amped up. So thank you again, Fish.
Hey, you're welcome.
So that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this old school video. If you guys have any other trick ideas you'd like us to ask Fish to do, before Fish leaves, put them in the comments below. And if you guys have any questions for Fish, Fish will actually answer them in the comments of this video. So that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.